when selling to a Negro customer. When he specifically asks for one thing, don't try to sell him something else. Don't try to switch him at the point of sale. If you do, he'll probably react something like this.
Don't this honky peck of woodcracker know that I can afford this shit?
There's a reason for this reaction. Again, because he's had experience with cheap merchandise, the Negro resents being offered a substitute. He wants to be sold on quality, not price.
Street family, what's the business? It's your baby for the streets, and I'm back at y'all with a history lesson today. Y'all seen the title and the thumbnail, and today we talking about why black folks in particular are addicted to luxury items. I'm gonna start off by saying your money is your money, you feel me, and you can do what you please with it. But you gotta understand, the only folks who even pay attention to heavily logo items and, you know what I mean, the shit that got it like Gucci and Louis and all that shit plastered over the clothes, is poor folks. Now you will catch rich people ass, but they'll know you faking it, you know what I mean? They'll know you not truly for real wealthy. They know who getting money and who not. They can tell by, you know what I mean, just how I get flaunted. Now bear with me while I break that down for y'all. So wealthy people do wear luxury, drive luxury, etc., etc., but they purchase subtly, which means low key. They wear Gucci shirts that you gotta see the tag on the inside to know that bitch a Gucci shirt, you feel me? Same with their shoe selection and most of the purchases that they make for real. Now let's play a game real quick. If a drug dealer and the CEO of a gas station chain both make $100,000 a year, they both shop at Louis Vuitton and Gucci, and they both drive a foreign vehicle, who will look the richest when you see them? If you guess drug dealer, pat yourself on the back. You know the drug dealer is guaranteed to have a big face logo item on, you know what I mean, like the Gucci with the big ass face on the left chest, on the left side of the chest, you feel me? Or the sneaks that got the Gucci plastered all over him, you feel me? And he guaranteed if his foreign gonna be, you know what I mean, a foreign that the truly wealthy guy wouldn't even look at, you feel me? So that brings us back to the original question. Why do niggas love luxury? And the answer is quite simple. It's class. And not the mannerable class, you know what I mean, like to have class, but the wealth class. Most of us buy shit we can't afford to portray an image that we either in a different tax bracket than the next motherfucker, or we influenced to think that when we get the Cardi glasses and the bust down jewelries, the watch and the chain, and even if it's just solid gold, you know what I mean, the latest scat packs, the brand new Escalade truck, all that shit, you know what I mean, like the closet's full of shoes. We think that shit gonna change our life after we get it type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a victim of myself, you feel me, shaking my head. I remember when I bought my first chain, you know what I mean, and my first Cardi frames, a motherfucker couldn't tell me shit. It really probably took me shit, I'd say probably like a year and a half to realize, like, damn, the only motherfuckers that truly impressed by this shit, you know what I mean, is po motherfuckers, and I was one of the po motherfuckers that was impressed by it before I had it. So I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, this shit really don't mean shit once you get it, you know what I mean? And a lot of niggas, I mean, we get a whole bunch of luxury shit and that shit don't mean shit to us, you know what I mean? Like, once we actually get it and attain it, we literally just doing that shit to try to stun on the next motherfucker, you feel me? So when you see these brands made with the big ass logos, just know they made with you in mind. Cause while your favorite rappers and entertainers show off the gifted, you know, meaning they got them for free, clothes, and all the shit that they be getting, they also get a check cut for making you believe that they spend money with them people. And in return, you gonna spend your money with them people. You know what I mean? And with all that said,
in 1982, 38-year-old Harlem native Daniel Ray opened a store at 125th Street using funds from gambling and boosted clothing he sold from his trunk. Dapper Dan didn't set out to be a designer, but racism in the wholesale industry led to him designing his own furs and luxury clothing. Because he couldn't sew, he directed a team of tailors described as Africans, family members, and a friend from the Nation of Islam. By 1985, he was designing garments featuring designer logos, attracting a clientele affiliated with the ongoing crack trade and growing hip-hop scene. He'd say, drugs were and are a curse on places like Harlem, but they created an economy that allowed my business to thrive. The street guys wanted to look good. I was juggling the polarity of Malcolm X and a big-time hustler like Joe Jackson. Being a former street guy myself, I understood what was going on around me. I was in it, but not of it. Word of mouth and Polaroid photos of his design circulating the drug trade to Philly, Detroit, and LA attracted visitors at all hours of the day, meaning Dan was often open 24/7. He divulged in 2019, I saw the relationship between fur, diamonds, and fashion symbols. Black people on the rise wanted furs and diamonds. Then when I saw people's attachment to fashion symbols, I said, wow, this is just as important to them as the diamonds and the furs. So let me find an angle that I can build on. If they feel that good from a little Louis Vuitton pouch, imagine what they'd feel if I made them look like luggage.
During slavery, clothing was used as a tool of control and a marker of social hierarchy. Enslaved people were typically issued coarse, homespun Negro cloth. The South Carolina Negro Act of 1735, for example, legally dictated what enslaved people could wear, giving citizens the right to confiscate any sort of garment or appeal whatsoever, finer, other, or of greater value than Negro cloth from a black person. The intent was to protect the status symbols of the white elite and enforce racial boundaries. Past exclusions from wealth-building opportunities, example, property ownership, credit access, created a desire to showcase newfound financial access and status through material goods once attainable to black people. In some communities, luxury items serve as a form of social signaling or conspicuous consumption to gain respect and navigate social hierarchies amongst peers, a behavior also observed among other groups with similar income levels and histories. The display of luxury can be tied to a movement of normalizing black success and prosperity, a form of self-care and an assertion of deserving comfort and quality after historical denial of such things. Black culture has significantly influenced mainstream fashion with figures from Harlem Renaissance all the way to hip-hop using style-challenging stereotypes and express identity. Ultimately, these behaviors are complex responses to a mix of social, historical, and psychological factors, not a simple love of luxury as an intrinsic racial characteristic. Excuse me. That last line right there, it depends on where you from, man. You know what I mean? Like, that shit, as far as not a love of luxury, that can be true for somebody that's from, like, I use a city that I was partially raised in, you know what I mean? Jackson, Michigan. Like, it ain't too much hustle and bustle out there, you know what I mean? It's a couple people that get it in for real, but it ain't like no Detroit or Milwaukee or Atlanta, you know what I mean, where motherfuckers is getting paid for real, you know what I mean? Like, and luxury is a part of what you see growing up, you feel me? Like, as a nigga that was born in Chicago, like, yeah, niggas had, you know what I mean, Pellies and Avirex jackets, and, you know what I mean, they was having fly shit coming up, so seeing that shit is one thing, you know what I mean? And then that ain't even shit compared to growing up in the D, bro. Detroit, you gonna see so much shit, you hear me? I'm talking about as a youngin', bro. Like, it's so much materialistic shit niggas be seeing. You be like, god damn, like, the Cardi frames to the shades to the, you know what I mean, to just everything that come with this shit, bro. The cars, the lifestyle, period. Like, luxury definitely ain't just no shit that, you know what I mean, the motherfucker, if you see it coming up, then that shit'll be a part of your fabric, you know what I mean? So they can't just say it's not for the love of luxury, because certain niggas do got a love of luxury, you know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. And a lot of us really do, you feel me? Like, as far as this luxury shit go, bro, like, we gotta have it. My first Gucci belt, I bought that bitch, and I ain't gonna lie, all the luxury items I get, bro, that shit don't be to impress no niggas. It might be to halfway impress some women, you know what I mean? But on some real shit, I got a wife already, you know what I mean? So that shit really more so be for self, because I always wanted a Gucci belt, you know what I mean? Like, but that's, like I say again, from that fabric. I came up seeing niggas rocking them bitches, and came up having niggas, you know what I mean? Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I got my first pair of Cardis when I was probably like 14 years old, bro. You know what I mean? Like, so it's different folks, different, whatever the shit called, you know what I mean? Different strokes for different folks. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all forgive me for that little ramble right there, please. But yeah, man, all in all, You know what I mean? That's why niggas love luxury, you feel me? This shit been ingrained in us from the jump, since before we was even thought of, you know what I mean? I said all that to say, I hope y'all enjoyed this history lesson, and I hope y'all learned something. If you don't take nothing else from this video, remember, every purchase you make in this life is an investment, and it's either an asset or a liability. Asset meaning good, liability meaning bad. It's your baby for the streets, man. Signing off. Love y'all, boy.
Niggas want to act like your self-worth is determined by the clothes that you're wearing and shit like that. Bro, Louis Vuitton are never going to give you a discount, or, you know, they're never going to act like, oh, that's my boy right there. You're just the coolest monkey in the jungle. You know?
The concept of luxury was created to get poor people to waste their money.
Mainstream luxury fashion brands have trained us to believe that branding is everything, when in reality, most high-end products are really only status symbols for those that can't afford it.
Judge nobody. I don't knock no brothers and sisters for it, but I don't wear designer brands, bro. When you study, you have to study a history of everything to understand what it is today. I don't rock Gucci because Gucci has a thorough and extensive history of depicting and marketing their clothing by depicting black people as animalistic, cannibalistic, hypersexual, all the above. Blackface, just cannibalistic, all that, bro.
Yep.
Louis Vuitton, bro. Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton financially supported black people being held captive in zoos. Like when you go to the zoos, you see monkeys, the apes, lions, birds, all that. Black folk used to be in there. Louis Vuitton supported that, bro. So why would I wear they brands, bro? It's just stuff like that. It don't make sense to me.